Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the corner. My name is Drac, and today I thought I'd talk to you guys about the PvP shops and what you should be focusing on, what you should worry about getting, what you shouldn't, and just kind of go from there. I'm kind of hoping that this will help out people who are trying to do Arena and how it can help kind of speed their game up, and then also how they can be more useful towards their guild. So, first off, let's jump right in. And there are three PvP shops. There's the Arena Shop, the World Arena Shop, and the Guild Shop. The Arena Shop is also called the Glory Shop by the game. So you'll see it in other links, and you'll see a lot of people referencing the Glory Shop. This is it. This is where we're going to start. So first 5 slots in here are all scrolls. So these scrolls here, you can only get one a week. Honestly, I would not worry about these unless you are really, really into Arena and are raking in over 1,000 points a week. Don't worry about these scrolls until you have some of your buildings built. Then over here you have your Devilmon. Now the Devilmon costs 180 glory points and you get one a week. This is absolutely the most useful thing in this whole shop. You need to be getting this every week, no matter what. Now if you're doing even just doing your rivals all week long, you'll get enough points to do this. Even if you don't do anything but your rivals, you'll still be able to get your Devilmon. Random Angelmon, I don't see a use in doing it, to be honest. So I don't deal with that one too much. Now I'm going to probably end up having to do that because there's a quest to do that, but I haven't done it yet. Next, you've got your Sanctum of Energy. Now your Sanctum of Energy you're probably all familiar with because one of the early quests, Elia tells you to buy the Sanctum of Energy and then upgrade it. Now, this is very important because the Sanctum of Energy, when maxed out, gives you an extra 10 energy. That doesn't feel like a lot, but trust me, that adds up and that gives you a lot of extra gameplay that you wouldn't normally get. Um, it's absolutely worth getting this one up to level 10. In fact, I would say that this one and then this guy over here, the Mysterious Plant, are your two most important buildings to get up. Now, the Mysterious Plant increases your energy production. So what that means is it takes about 5 minutes to get a single energy point normally. This plant, when it's maxed out, drops that down to about 3 minutes 40 seconds ish. All right, so that one, those two are definitely worth maxing out. Which one you should max out first kind of depends on your gameplay style. If you are the type of player who will play and then burn all of your energy and then take a break for a few hours, get the Sanctum of Energy first. If you are the type of player who plays not constantly throughout the day, get the Mysterious Plant first. Or you could do what I did, and I kept them in sync. So when I level 5 my Sanctum, then the next time I went and level 5 the plant, and I just kept leapfrogging them back and forth until I had them both at 10. And now your Fairy Tree increases your Mana Stone storage for the little Mana Stone buildings that you get, and the Fountain increases the speed. These two buildings are not worth anything. Do not make my mistake. Do not waste any glory points on these buildings. All right. Maybe once you get all the other buildings done, you can come back and do these, but honestly, the benefit that you get out of them is so small. Just don't waste your points on them. Next, you have the Crystal Rock. The Crystal Rock is if it increases the attack power of your towers for arena defense. So if you got kind of a tanky team that's designed to outlast your opponent, this increases the damage that your towers do, and with that, you have more of a chance of succeeding in arena defense. Honestly, it's not bad, but I wouldn't put too much import on this because your monsters are what really make it work. All right, Guardstone. Guardstone is one of the generic stat buildings. There's one for defense, HP, attack, and speed. The defense, HP, and attack ones, when they're maxed out, boost your stats by 20%. All right, so this is the defense one. And then over here you have your elemental shrines. Now your elemental shrines can go up to 21% and they boost the attack of that specific element. All right, so over here you've got the Ancient Sword, which is your attack, Crystal Altar, which is your HP, and then the Sky Tribe Totem is your speed. Now the Sky Tribe Totem, after you do your Sanctum of Energy and your Mysterious Plant, this is probably the next most important one to level up. This should be your third building. You want to get this building to at least level 9. Because what this does is this building increases the speed of your team. Now, the reason I say level 9 and not level 10 is because the difference between level 9 and level 10 is 1%. So level 9 gives you 14% speed, level 10 gives you 15% speed. this is also probably the most expensive building to level up. So if you want to invest the points to go from level 9 to 10, more power to you. But realistically, getting it to level 9, good enough for most players. So at level 9, it gives you 14% increased speed. Now these numbers do not kick in until the battle starts. So if you go and look at a monster's stats, you won't see these numbers in the stats. But trust me, they make a difference when the battle actually starts. Now, the real key component to these buildings is these buildings aren't just for Arena. They work everywhere. They affect your scenario, your Kairos Dungeon, your Trial of Ascension, your Guild War. Everything is affected by these buildings. So building these buildings will make your overall gameplay a lot easier. All right, over here you have Arcane Booster. This increases your tower's attack speed, so the speed at which it recharges to attack during defense. Again, not a bad building to have, but realistically, probably not worth spending any money on until you get all of your other buildings in place. And then this Fallen Giant is also amazing. Fallen Giant gives you crit damage. He's 25% crit damage when he's maxed out, so that's definitely worth having. So then the next question is, well, I've got my Sky Tribe Totem to level 9. I'm not going to do 10, so now what do I do? Well, that depends on where you are in the game as to which one you want to level next. If you are working on scenario and just farming, then get the Ancient Sword next, the attack damage. That, and then followed by that, get the Fallen Giant. So those two together will help you farm scenario faster. All right, but if you're not working on scenario, if instead you're working on PvP, you want to get better at PvP so you can buy these buildings faster, for example, which is what I recommend that you do, then invest in the Crystal Altar after your Sky Tribe Totem. The reason being is the key to Arena I'm finding is survival. The longer you survive, the higher your chance of winning. What I'm having a hard time with a lot of my monsters is outspeeding the other team. After a while, I gave up on outspeeding the other team and just decided to build a team that could survive the other team's first strike. And this has actually helped me a bit in that. And the reason I say do HP before defense is because there's a lot of monsters in the arena that ignore defense. So having a higher HP will help you outlast them. All right, after the altar, I would go for the Guardstone, which was back over here. That's defense. And then worry about the Ancient Sword, the Fallen Giant, etc. Now that's if you're doing arena. If you are not working on arena, you're not working on your scenario, you just want to get better at Kairos Dungeon, do the Guardstone first. Especially when you're dealing with the dragon and even with the giant. Defense is everything. All right, you can have a ton of health, but if you don't have any defense to back it up, he's still going to tear you apart real quick. So get that defense up first and then the health and then worry about your damage. But yeah, that is the Glory Shop. So next, I'm going to skip over World Arena for a moment. We're going to talk about the Guild Shop. So looking at the start of the Guild Shop, looks a lot like the start of the Arena Shop, except for it doesn't have the Unknown Scrolls. In addition to that, though, it's got Rainbowmon. You can get 1 Rainbowmon a week, and you can get 45 Summoning Stones a week. Now, the Summoning Stones, up to you. I personally like to spend points on the Summoning Stones, but that's because I'm hoping to get some of the Nat 4s and Nat 5s that come out of there. The Rainbowmon, though, absolutely get the Rainbowmon every week. The Almighty Summoning Scrolls are for like your secret dungeons and your Hall of Heroes. You can buy 5 of these a time, and you can use up to 25 pieces to summon a 4-star or lower monster that you don't have enough pieces to get. Now these pieces do cost 200 per 5, so you probably don't want to invest a lot in them, especially if it's from a secret dungeon. Save those for like the Hall of Heroes where you were only able to complete 1 floor or 3 floors or 5 floors, etc. Legendary summoning pieces, again 200 per 5. You can get up to 25 a week. When you get 100 of these pieces, you can use them and they act the same as a legendary summoning scroll, which will give you a 4 or 5-star monster. Ifrits. I did a whole video on the Ifrits. I'll put it up on the cards for you and so you can find it. But it takes 100 pieces to summon an Ifrit, and you can only get up to 20 pieces a week, and you're only going to be able to do that, to be honest, if your guild is great at Guild War. Otherwise, you're going to probably only get 10 a week, or maybe 20 every other week. And when you actually get to the chance to summon your Ifrit, it's going to summon a random water, fire, or wind. Now, it doesn't, to be honest, this is just me talking right here, guys, just my experience. To be honest, all three Ifrits are great. It doesn't matter which one you get. They are all great, but they all are all great for different things. Um, I would only worry about getting one Ifrit. A lot of players will try and get all three Ifrits, or they'll focus on the water because they see a lot of people using the water Ifrit in Arena, and they'll just keep doing Ifrits over and over again until they get the one they want. Which, by the way, when you get your fifth Ifrit, you complete a quest that lets you choose your sixth Ifrit's element. So the time you get five Ifrits, you'll be able to get all three, even if you only summoned, two of the elements. Or if you're really unlucky and you only summoned one element, so you got 5 watt fire Ifrits, yeah, that would make a lot of people mad. So you're gonna have to keep trying. Honestly, though, I would say get one Ifrit and stop. All right, and the reason being, I'll get to that in a moment. But get one Ifrit and stop because that one Ifrit is still going to be great for most of what you need it to do. Get that one and then move on. We can come back and get the others later. Cowgirl, honestly, I know very little about this monster. I've only seen a few of them in Arena. I am not impressed. I smoke them every time. A lot of times they don't even get a turn off. So if you want to look at getting one of these and it does give you random fire, water, or wind, go for it. But honestly, I have not been impressed when I do see them. Over here, these monsters are used in fusions. So this just kind of helps you get your fusions together faster. If you run into any one of your major fusions and you just can't get one of these guys, you can get them here, but you can get all of these also from a secret dungeon. Over here, this is why I tell you get your one Ifrit and move on. These flags right here, they're kind of like over in the Glory Shop. They give you a stat boost. This one is crit damage. This one is HP. This one is defense. And this one is attack. Now, these will boost up your stats just as much as the Glory Shop buildings will. And what's great is these flags only work in guild battles, but they stack with the Glory Shop ones. So if you get all the Glory Shop buildings and then you get these and upgrade them, you are getting some major stat boosts from these buildings that will help you out in your guild war. All right. In fact, if you get all of these, that is all of the ones out of the arena and then all of these, that is the same for at least your attack stat as an extra 6-star attack rune. All right, so it's definitely worth investing in these. Get your one Ifrit, pop over here, get all of these up to level 10. Once you've got them all at level 10, go back and work on your Ifrit. Your guild will thank you because you will be performing a lot better in guild battles, which means you will be farming points for your to buy your next upgrade or your Ifrit that much faster. Your guild will love you if you do this. All right, that wraps up this shop. So let's look at the World Arena, which was the last one. Now, the World Arena, again, first 4 items look a lot like the other 2, don't they? All right, but the World Arena, realistically, this one, these 4 scrolls, and then the 5th item, which is shapeshifting stones. These items are really the only items in here that you need to focus on. Now, World Arena is very tedious, very long, very hard to get anything. You're allowed to do 30 matches a day. It's a little laggy. It doesn't always, and if you lose a match, you don't get anything out of it. It's kind of disheartening, but you know what? It's still worth coming to try and do occasionally. And the reason being is you get an extra 4 scrolls a week if you're really, really good at it. And you can also look at getting 5 shape-shifting stones a week. Now, you need 100 shape-shifting stones to transmog a monster. So 5 a week is not a lot, but you're going to get them occasionally in other stuff too. Now, everything in the shop outside of these scrolls is cosmetic, including this, but this actually has a functional purpose. See, back on April 1st, Com2uS was nice enough to give everyone all of the transmogs for a day, so everybody's monster was transmogged. And I noticed something looking at my monsters and my friends' monsters, and that was the transmog monsters, their battle animations were just slightly faster than they were when they were not transmogged. And what this means is, if your farmer has a transmog and you decide to transmog them, they will farm a little bit faster. And I found for some monsters the difference could even be as much as a 5-second difference on a stage. Now again, 5 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're farming back to back to make your next 6-star or to level up a 6-star, 5 seconds is a really big deal. All right, it does add up quite a bit over the course of a couple days. So these are definitely worth trying to give your farmer a transmog, even if you don't transmog anybody else. Everything else though is cosmetic. You got different outfits for Elia. Some of them are just based on how much they cost, and others you need to have a certain rank to buy. Like the Light Priest, I mean, we could preview her. You need to have Conqueror level in World Arena to get her. Um, you can buy mounts for her to walk around on or even fly around on in these higher end mounts. And then you've got auras that you can put on monsters when you transmog them. And some of these auras are locked by your rank. But like I said, everything here is cosmetic. You don't need any of it. The only thing that will really enhance your gameplay is getting those extra scrolls and getting those shape-shifting stones for your transmog. Other than that, though, the World Arena isn't worth much unless you enjoy it. I mean, honestly, I've been playing around with the World Arena a little bit, and I've been having lots of fun with it. So if you enjoy it, by all means, go for it. Get the cosmetic stuff, but realistically, this is all that's really worth getting for me. But that wraps up my video on the PvP shops. Please like, please share, please subscribe. If you have any thoughts, any ideas, anything you want me to cover, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time in the corner.